Okay, so I have a crazy weight loss story. I went to Barbados, ate a ton of food, and somehow lost 2 inches off my waist and maintained the width in my hips. Here's how I did it. So before I jump into it, I will share the specifics, but to keep it all the way real, I prayed about this, and I pray about everything. God said nothing is too small, so I pray for everything. And I asked God to help me hold it down so I could fit my clothes while I'm in Barbados eating this food. And at one point, God prompted me to write down what was working for me. So those are the tips that I'm going to share with you. Number 1. So I've been telling people about this woman on my Instagram stories for a long time. If you don't follow me because I share more workout tips there, okay? Things that are working for me. But Pamela Reif's workouts are legit, guys. I only did 2 of them a week, right? They're 10 minutes long and they're intense because there's no breaks. Now, in the beginning, you're gonna have to take a break if you're human. I still need to take breaks, but I try to take the least amount possible. And the thing that I like about her workout, or I've realized what I believe is working for me, is the fact that it is weightless. Like, there's no equipment. Because when I was doing some research, I saw that when you use weights, you tend to have more of a squarish shape, which was absolutely the case for me. I'm gonna pop up a picture here. More square versus now more curvy. Do you see what I'm saying? Yeah. So literally, I tracked my measurements from month to month, and I noticed it happened while I was in Barbados. And I was not doing crazy workouts outside of my daily workout, y'all. I'm gonna link her videos below. I'm gonna link a beginner one for those who are just starting with her. And then I'm gonna link a regular one for those who are a little more, ahead of the game. It's all good. You can try that out and see how you like it. But I highly, highly recommend her workouts, y'all. Highly, because that's one main thing that changed. Stay tuned also, because I'm gonna include some bonus tips of my everyday practices that have to be used when doing this in order to get the same results. Okay, so if you don't follow Rave Suave, go ahead and follow him now, and we'll add his name here, right? One thing he mentioned one day really stuck with me. He said, if it doesn't take a strong effort to push to complete your set, then you're not going hard enough. And when he said that, that really sat with me. Cause I thought about myself and my workouts, and I'm like, I be not chilling, but I definitely it's not a struggle to do the last couple of reps in my set. And once he said that, I realized, okay, I'm going to remove some of the breaks within my workout. Same thing I got from Pamela Reif. I'm also going to increase the resistance so that I'm challenging myself. The theme of this all is, what can I do to continue to challenge myself? So that in itself cut my workout down. I used to do like 2 hours of working out. I only work out for an hour. And when it comes to my weightlifting, what I do is I do 4 sets back to back, and then I break. And I switch through all of the different workouts. So if there's 4 different moves that I'm doing, I do 4 different moves in that set. Hopefully that makes sense. In addition to that, my resistance bands, I might add them to do, say, like a lunge, because doing it with just weights is no longer challenging to me. So hopefully that helps you guys. If you have a suggestion for a nutritionist or trainer that I can bring on to give me like specific details on what it was that worked, note them below in the comments, because I want to reach out to them, especially if you want to see me do this as a live and have them break down the specifics. But I think because I was pushing my body more, exerting more energy, this led to also the results that I accomplished, and me not having to work out for 2 hours and cutting my time in half. By the way, the weights that I used while on vacation were all 10-pound weights. That's all I used, and resistance bands, hip bands. And if this is helpful, go ahead and subscribe so you can see all of the new videos that I make about Barbados. Number 3, I ate healthy at home, or as healthy as possible. I kept my carbs in every meal, and I feel like that's what helped me preserve the width of my hips. The only time I removed my carbs is if I was about to go to sleep soon. That was the only time, but I kept it healthy carbs. And my first 2 meals of the day were shakes with oats, oat milk, yogurt, whey protein powder, spinach, bananas, and stevia sugar. So I had that before my workout and after my workout. Am I missing anything? And yeah, it's a basic shake, y'all. I like to keep myself basic so that I can actually like follow through. I like to be real with myself with what I can actually maintain. So the simpler it is, the better. And so just for some insight on an average day of eating for me down there, like I'm so basic, y'all. I eat the same meal. I meal prep all week because once again, I know what's gonna help me or make me quit. If it's a new meal every day, it's not gonna work. So on average, a meal would either be, my carbs were usually, aside from the oats and the shake, it was either rice and beans for the protein. I am West Indian, pasta, or rare occasions like sweet potato. I keep it very, very simple. And if it's rice, it's brown rice. And then chicken or fish is usually what I ate. And like, I don't really skimp on the seasonings. I also don't put in a ton of salt. I feel like my taste buds have kind of adjusted to not needing a a ton of salt, but it's not gonna be bland either. I like to enjoy my food. I really do. And I know that sodium retains water, but I feel like if I get myself to the point where I achieve my results that I want, the sodium doesn't matter. I want the results that include the water bloat, so I'm not always and constantly running from anything with salt or sugar. And then for my sweet tooth stuff, because I have a really bad sweet tooth, once again, if you follow me on Instagram, you already know the deal. What I tried to do is I tried to have sweet tooth substitutes. So I fell in love with this guava jam, y'all, and I would put it on my multigrain toast. And I know maybe to some people that sounds like, that doesn't sound good. It's tasty, y'all. Is beautiful. And if you're living here in the US, there's a ton of different jams. I encourage you to explore them. I've had coconut jam, pineapple jam. Those are actually my favorite ones on toast. It's so good. And then of course, the topic of this whole video is I kept my cheat meals. So my cheat meals ranged anywhere from 2 to 3 a week, and then cocktails on top of that. I don't know how that sounds to you guys, but for someone who's looking to lose weight, that's not usually something that's factored in. But here's the difference, I think. It was quality, nutrient foods. So like I wasn't eating a lot of empty carb type things. Aside from my sweets, I did indulge in cake and pastries and wonderful things like that almost every time that I ate dinner out. But if I was eating a meal, it was like something similar to what I said, the rice and beans, or the rice and like pork or ribs, but something like really, really tasty and seasoned well with sauce and everything. So you get where I'm going with this. It wasn't something like, what's empty carbs food? I don't know, I don't got anything. What do we eat that's empty carbs? I don't know, whatever that is, just think about that and insert that here where I mentioned it. But yeah, just eating real food basically is the theme. Real food that just happens to be higher in calories. So yeah, I was really eating like fast food. I did have some fast food, but it wasn't like an everyday thing. It was like real food from a restaurant, same food you can get in the US, real food, not fast garbage junk food. Hopefully that makes sense. So here's a disclaimer. I've been working out for a while, and so the muscles that you see in my body, even in my arm, I believe this is muscle memory. So the muscles didn't like come out of nowhere in 4 months. I don't even think that's possible. I just think muscle memory, I've made this muscle already, muscle everywhere else that I have, and now it's coming back. Did I gain muscle? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think I gained muscle. I just slimmed down once again and preserved the width of my hips. And there you have it. Those are the 3 main things I did that led to the results that I had. Now, let's just say, let's keep it real. Everyone's body is different, right? And then I also want to share with you these bonus tips, things to keep in mind that might be common sense to some people, but to other people, they're not, especially if you're new on your journey. So keep these in mind while you're applying the other tips, if you decide to do it. All right, so here's the bonus tips that I was talking about. These might be common sense to some people, but they're not to people who are new in their journey, all right? So these are things that have to be done, once again, in combination with the other things that I mentioned. I'm gonna bust out the list here and just read off of it. They're very important. You ready? I drank lots of water, okay? Throughout the day, I drank water. Most of my drinks, if I wasn't having a cocktail, was water. I rarely got juice unless I got fresh squeezed juice because I'm in the Caribbean. I mean, why not? I worked out 4 days a week, okay? And I committed to leg days, 2 leg days a week and 2 arm days a week, all right? And if you guys want details on my workout, I'm going to post that video soon. And when I do post it, it will be linked in the description below. I'm gonna walk you through a full week of my workouts and what I did. But just know that I did 2 days of HIIT, okay? I did 2 days of abs. And on my ab days, I did arm days with no HIIT. And on my leg days, I did legs and HIIT, okay? I eat carbs in every meal. Already told you guys about that. I consumed about 80 to 100 grams of protein a day, all right? I didn't skip my cheat meals. There's a whole thing or theory that cheat meals kind of reset your body, but I didn't make it a cheat day. That's the important thing. Do more research on the whole reset body thing, but that's something that I've heard. Maybe it's true. I stopped eating 2 hours before I'm about to go to sleep, unless I was out walking around because let's say I'm coming from dinner or something like that. This is the big one, y'all. I ate small portions. And this mainly happened because I reached a point where I couldn't consume as much food, and like the itis is not fun, right? When that happens. And I've just learned, I keep hearing about conversations regarding intuitive eating. And I think it's important when your body is full to just stop. Like, don't keep pushing it because there's extra food on the plate. Plus, it's great to have leftovers. They're so beautiful the second day. But the moment my body feels like, okay, it's getting full, I stop. I don't push past that. I stop. And I think that's been a big part of it because it helps to not stretch your stomach. And then I brought a couple of tea brands that I really, really love, like the cinnamon apple one. I'll like pop it down here once I look up the brand. But I would drink those a couple of times a night. Not intentionally, I just drank them, but we know hot water helps the food digest as well. And if I ate really heavy one day, I made sure to have tea in that night. That's the time when it was intentional. And I made sure I was working out the next day. So those are the tips, y'all. I hope they were happy. This is the beginning of a series actually that I'm gonna be doing. So if you want to see more videos on my fitness journey, because I know I've been getting those questions on Instagram, go ahead and click the like button, drop a comment below. Let me know what you want me to talk about. I'll cover it in a live. And then go ahead and click on this video because I say it in every video and it's true, y'all. These are more hacks that you're gonna love. Enjoy.